Okay, I'm gonna turn the Wi-Fi off on my phone. That way we can get the stream going. All right, I'm gonna give it a couple of seconds, and then we're gonna start up. Welcome to another free coaching call: how to make money mobile detailing, how to make money trash can cleaning. I'm gonna be doing these twice a week. Once again, once on Tuesdays and once on Thursdays, only for members of the channel. These people are gonna get access to only some of that content, some of the stuff more inclusive about how to start these businesses, and more about like my actual experience with it versus simple stuff like equipment and people that want to get beyond that. When actually also my marketing strategy is in there too. So once again, these are going to be done twice a week. The free coaching calls, though, are on Tuesdays, so check these out. Also, if you want to see any of the clips from some of the streams, if you don't want to watch the full stream, check me out on More Matthew Rogers, and you can see that. All right, everybody, let's get into it. Okay, question number 1 from Project Edits. My issue is that I would like to use my issue is that I would have to use a customer's electricity, which they probably wouldn't like, and a generator that would run something like this is going to cost me around $200, which I don't want to pay any tips. So I've gone over this hundreds of times, and a lot of people don't seem to believe me. It's very questionable. I don't know why it's such a big stepping stone or stopping point for people that want to start a mobile detailing business or a can cleaning business. Once again, you're going to need a pressure washer and power for both. I just happen to save so much money over time, so much time for myself, because I do not have to. Where are you going to hold this generator if you have to actually bring one, right? Now you're going to need to definitely have a truck. Now you're definitely going to need to bring gas with you. You're going to have to make sure you can hook it up. I'm assuming you're going to need a trailer. It's a little bit more complicated now. Also, you're not going to be able to leave that in your car. So every single job or every time you finish a job, you're going to have to somehow bring that back to a storage place or bring that back into your house, whatever you want to do. If you don't have a house, I don't know where you're going to put it. Definitely not in your apartment. But I have been using customers' water and power for years. Whether you say it's professional or not, it doesn't matter to me. I'm able to. Customers have zero problem with it, literally negative problem with it. I've had people even ask me beforehand, the second I'm giving them a quote, they're like, hey, listen, I have a outlet outside that you can hook up to. I also have a hose. And I'm like, okay, great. I don't need their hose. I have things that extension cords I can plug into outlets. The whole thing is I just need the water and the water spigot and the actual outlet to plug into. And customers are okay with it. I promise you, I have never once purchased a generator so that I could run power or electricity into my pressure washer. Not a single time. And I have serviced hundreds of customers and no one has ever cared. No one has ever questioned it. Nobody's ever said, that's a little unprofessional. I've never lost a job because of it. It's just a non-issue. It's a lot of wasting time thinking that you have to go and spend that money and spend that time, and now all the stuff that it's going to add into your process and add into the management of your business. Whenever you start having to include something like that generator, include something like that 200-gallon water tank, and you're worried about spending $200, you're going to spend much more than $200 running the generator. Not only now you're not going to be able to carry it by vehicle. I know a lot, not by vehicle. A lot of people don't have trucks. I don't have a truck. I've been able to run all my businesses through a Toyota Camry, a Nissan Altima, whatever it may be, because I didn't have a truck and I didn't have a trailer. Now, if you bring a generator, you're not going to keep that in the back of your car. Maybe you are. I don't know. There could be a lot of situations that come about in that. It's also going to have that big amount of gas in it, so that's going to be in your car now. Now you need to bring extra gas in case you forgot to fill it up. It's just a lot of situations that are going to go wrong or could go wrong. But if you're one of those people that are stressed out and you're like, well, I just don't want to show up to a job and need things from the customer because that's not why they hired you. Okay, they didn't hire you because you had the entire show. Guess what they hired you for? So you can provide the process or provide the service. So if you can provide this service with a little help from the customer, then why not be able to do it? And if it makes you feel any better, charge a little bit less from the customer because you're so upset or you're so worried about having to ask the customer for that stuff. But I'm telling you, so many times, no one's ever questioned it. No one ever blinks an eye. If I looked at the customer and I said, hey, listen, I need to use your water and power, okay, great. No one's going to ever deny you, not a single person. And if they do, send them my number. I'm just kidding. But it's never been a problem for me, so it shouldn't be a problem for you. Any tips? Use the customer's water and power. Stop whining about it. Don't think you have to go buy the generator. Also, if you haven't even gone through the process of asking a customer to use their water and power, how do you know they're going to say no? How do you know it's going to be a problem? You don't. Okay, so listen to someone that's actually done it. All right. Sky High Profit said, geez, with 4 exclamation points. This is in response to one of the videos that I did. He actually got a free subscription into my school community with all of my courses, Facebook strategy, how to start a can cleaning business, mobile detailing business, very specific. He basically commented, geez, this is just going to be a small little walkthrough of what I would do if I was going to start a can cleaning business or a mobile detailing business. I guess I could give both. What equipment are you going to need for your can cleaning business? Get yourself a pressure washer, Ryobi Electric 1900 PSI pressure washer. It's incredible. Get some extension cords. Get some chemical sprayers. 2-gallon chemical sprayer is going to be perfectly fine. You want to get some bleach. Fabuloso. I use 707 Industrial Degreaser, I think it is. It's a purple one. Works really well. You don't always have to use chemicals. You can use chemicals sometimes depending on the customers. If the customer is like a big advocate, hey, listen, this is why I really want you to use these chemicals on my can, or if it's really bad, you can absolutely give them the whatever you offered them. Or if you have to clean the customer's can, not on their driveway, but like on their grass, do not use chemicals. Anywhere that you could kill the customer's grass or plants, do not use chemicals. But that's going to be super important. And as far as that, you are going to need maybe some trash bags to bring with you in case there's loose trash in the cans. And process-wise, you're going to start off with your pressure washer, do an initial rinse. Do one from the inside, outside, bottom, top, get every corner. Then you're going to come back with your foam cannon. Literally, you can use Dawn dish soap, or you can use Meguiar's Wash and Wax, or you can use Turtle Wax Auto Foam, whatever. I've used all of them, and no customer has noticed said anything different. Doesn't care. The smell-wise, they don't care. You're going to go, so after that first initial rinse, you're going to go back with your foam cannon, let it sit there for a second, rinse that all out and off. Then you're going to come back with your chemicals, let them sit for a second, rinse all that off again, and you're done. Put a little bit of Fabuloso in there. Boom, can cleaning, killed. I do not use a generator. I use the customer's water and power. Boom, so you don't need to bring any of that. Make sure you have a hose too. That's going to be super important. A nice pressure wand that's not super long, so it's not like uncomfortable to have to reach around. As far as mobile detailing, if you're going to start a mobile detailing business, get yourself a pressure washer, a ton of microfiber towels, crates that you can keep all your equipment in. You're going to need something to clean the customer's windows. So, and also like inner windows, the ones where like they just fold down, like in front of the driver's seat, the windshield not windshield wipers, the windshield, back windshield, mirrors, everything. So I would bring, get yourself something for that. Then you're going to get yourself some paper towels. Once again, the Ryobi 1900 PSI electric pressure washer, always going to be important. Bring yourself some bags, some trash bags, so you can put the loose trash in there once again. I just use a regular shop vac. I don't know what kind it is, but use multiple tips. So I have a really long tip in case I have to get underneath the customer's seats and any of the cracks and crevices like between the console and the seats. I also have another tip that's like a bristle brush. So if I want to get any of like the, the stuff that's still on the surfaces, on the black surfaces, want to get that off, I just go over it, gets all the dust, gets all the grime, whatever I need to. Get yourself a bunch of detailing brushes. Get yourself, there's not a ton of chemicals that I use. You can use some sort of like concealant or something that like goes, it's a lot of Meguiar stuff. It's going to go over the top if you have any leather. It's going to bring some shine back to that leather, bring some shine back to the surfaces. But my guy really just uses a spray bottle that's empty with water and Dawn dish soap mixed in and uses brush, goes over every surface. And you can use whatever size brush that you want. Then he wipes everything off with a microfiber towel. Most of the time he's able to use 1 to 2 towels. That's a lot of the interior for me. I do not go all out. I literally offer the most basic services because it's going to cost me less in the end. It's going to take me way less time, and it's going to be just a more consistent and easy service for me to provide. I'm not in the biz so that I can like struggle the whole time. I want to have really easy, manageable jobs. I want to do them quickly, and I want to get paid, and I want to leave, right? I'm not trying to build a tycoon. I'm just trying to run a business or a side hustle and make some money. Obviously, if I could open up multiple of them, teach guys my process, hire guys to do the work and make a lot more money, but that's completely up to you what you want to do. So as far as that, exterior-wise, purchase Meguiar's Wash and Wax. I use Dawn dish soap. There's a question coming up that I'm about to lose my mind. You can use Dawn dish soap. It's never damaged a single vehicle. I use a turbo nozzle on every freaking car that I wash. Never torn the paint off of a single car. Never had a complaint from a customer. Never had a problem with a customer. Never had an issue while I'm washing where I'm like, oh no, I might have torn something. Nothing. Zero. Nobody cares. It is not a big deal. Okay. Anyway, so you can use Dawn dish soap. You can use Turtle Wax Auto Wash. You can use Meguiar's Wash and Wax, whatever you want to use, and your foam cannon. Make sure you have a foam cannon for the can cleaning as well. Okay, cool. That's kind of my little breakdown for you. All right. This comment's going to drive you crazy. All right, this is from TR7391. Bro, stop calling yourself a detailer if you use Dawn dish soap in a cannon. Okay, great. So, first of all, stupid comment. Are you determined? All right, is whether or not you're a detailer determined by what equipment you use? No. Am I not a mobile detailer because I use the customer's water and power? Am I not a mobile detailer because I wash a vehicle with Dawn dish soap or because I use an electric pressure washer? None of that determines whether or not you are a mobile detailer. You know what it's determined by? If you are landing customers, going to people's houses, cleaning and detailing their vehicles and getting paid for it. This guy's never been in any of the industry and never been, a part of the service. So how would you even know? Obviously, is it the go-to that I think everyone would use? I know a lot of people use it. A lot of people that wash their own vehicles use Dawn dish soap. have zero problems. Once again, I've never had a single issue. No customers ever looked at the Dawn dish soap and said, oh man, I don't know if I'm going to pay you what I want to pay you. No one cares. It's just, if you've never ran a business, obviously you think, oh, well, this guy doesn't use the $2,000 washer over here. This guy doesn't use the $5,000 soap over here. This guy doesn't have a $10,000 can cleaning trailer. That means I'm not a can cleaner. It's absurd, and it's honestly just the reason why a lot of guys are never going to make it in business. They're never going to make a single dollar providing a service, and it's always going to be like that because, you know, you always have to be that the big man, right? The big man with the huge trailer and the thousands of dollars in equipment, and that's the only way that you can become a service provider. They've got car washes. I mean, I don't know what the car washers are using, but no one has ever complained. I have never damaged a vehicle because of the Dawn dish soap, and it always gets a crazy good cleaning. And if that's all you got, then that's all you got. It's not about the level of equipment or how expensive your equipment is. That's not what makes you a detailer. It's about how many times you've hit the reps and been able to provide the service, and how many customers are satisfied and have you come back. Right? I've used Dawn dish soap on hundreds of vehicles, and guess what? All of them are coming back. They still want their vehicles washed. So no one cares. The customer specifically does not care. Some random guy on the internet's going to tell you, hey, listen, you use Dawn dish soap, you're screwed, man. You're not a mobile detailer. Irrelevant. But it's all good. Use whatever you want. Like I talked about it in the last stream, simpler is always better. You do not need to buy the freaking $25 Meguiar's wash and wax if you don't want to. If you really want to, then great, go do it. But the Dawn dish soap is cheaper, and you're going to get a lot more uses out of it, but it's not the expensive equipment, so it's not real. Then it doesn't work, and you shouldn't use it. Okay, cool. This guy, Magoliana, says, I charge $200. I pick up the car, take it to a local car wash. I made a deal with them to clean the inside and outside for $89. I sit in the waiting room, have a free hot chocolate till it's done, then I take it back. Most tiring part is driving back and forth 10 times a day, but it pays well. First of all, there's not a chance. I don't believe you. Maybe so. I think how you would talk to a customer and convince them, okay, listen, I'm going to charge you $200, but I'm going to drive to your house, pick up your car, take your keys, and drive your car to a car wash. I guess maybe you're not telling them where you're going to go with their vehicle, but that seems extremely unlikely. I would assume that it would probably put them off, you taking their vehicle out. So after you've already driven to their home, you take their keys and drive their car somewhere else to get their car cleaned, which they're assuming that you're coming to do because you drove to their house. Not only is it a liability and insurance issue, you're driving someone else's vehicle that you are not insured to be driving on the road, so you shouldn't be taking it anywhere. And let alone, what happens if those other people make a mistake and then you have to bring it back to the customer and be like, oh, okay, like I didn't wash your car. These people did, and they messed it up, or they did this, or they did that. And they're like, wait, why did you drive my car to a car wash? I thought you were here to clean my car. I can't imagine how well it would go with a customer, let alone you being able to do 10 of them a day. Hey, maybe you have a large volume of it, but charging $200 a pop to tell someone, hey, I'm going to take your car and drive it somewhere. I just don't see it being very likely, especially because I've dealt with a lot of customers, just whether it's messaging for my own jobs or for other guys. I think the difficulty comes in whenever you try to get too specific with a customer, and you're like having to ask them if you can take their keys and drive it somewhere. Like, there's no way that you're not already having to agree upon that before you've done the job, before you've actually quoted them. Maybe you are. It's a crazy hustle. If you're just sipping hot chocolate all day, cleaning people's cars or pretending to clean their cars and making money on the back end, that's a great hustle. Dope service. I wish someone would try this out and let me know if it works. That would be pretty cool. Do I believe you? Not really. I just think the logistics of it, of like trying to go to a customer's house and be like, hey, I need to take your car here, it would never work. All right, guys, last question. Do you recommend starting a business if you're planning on moving to another state soon? I don't want to leave whatever customers that I may have hanging. So, like, at the end of the day, you don't owe anything to these customers. I believe that if you're going to be able to take all the equipment with you, if you're okay with starting on a very, like, a nice, easy, simple level, and you're going to be able to get all the equipment right before you move, it would be great to build up your process, build up getting an idea of how you're going to talk to and quote customers, figuring out pricing in a different area. Maybe it's a different demographic. I don't know where you're moving to and from, but I would say that, you know, what's the point in waiting? Obviously, you don't want to leave any of these customers behind, but most of your customers in the very beginning are not going to be super consistent cleanings that you're going to do every time, right? You're not going to be able to get every customer to become a recurring customer for you. So at the end of the day, you don't owe these people anything. It could be a one-off cleaning, regardless of if this customer knows it or not. If you don't ask them to become a recurring person for you, they're probably not going to mention it to you. They might just reach out to you after a couple months and be like, hey, listen, can you come back and clean my car again? And you're like, sorry, I moved, which is all good. All you're able to figure out is, okay, listen, now I know how to clean a car. Now I have my process. Now I know what equipment I need to use. Now I know how to manage a customer and close a customer faster, how to send out quotes, how to do marketing. I think stop waiting, start immediately. I don't know how soon if you have to move tomorrow, don't start today. But if you have to move in like 2 months, start now. See what you can do, see what you can pull off. See if it's even going to work where you are right now. And if it does, cool. You're not going to be around long enough for it to be like a huge thing when you're going to be leaving behind like 200 customers, 300 customers. You'd have to be massively backed by social credibility and been cleaning cars for a long time. Also have a lot of people talking about you and talking to other people about how good you clean cars. So it's kind of a middle ground. I don't think that you need to wait. Once again, you don't owe anybody anything. Go ahead, start cleaning some stuff, learn as much as you possibly can, then take all your stuff with you and start this business somewhere else. But remember that you already know what to do now, instead of like deciding, oh, well, you know what, I'm going to move. I don't want to upset the 4 people that I'm going to do, like the 4 people's cars that I'm going to do. I'd rather just wait. And then you're going to try to start, a couple months later when you do it over there. You don't know if it's going to be the right time anymore. You don't know if it's going to work out. You don't know if what you're going to do while you're still here deters you and says, you know what, that was a bad idea. I don't even want to start this business over here where I'm moving to. You never would have known that unless, but maybe, I could be wrong. I'm not sure. I've never been quite in that situation of like having to leave, and leaving customers behind, but it's completely up to you. Obviously, if you could start it now. That way you can get all the information possible and you can, see if it's something you like or something you'd be good at. All right, guys, that is every question. I'm just going to check and see if anybody's in the chat. And if anybody has any questions, we can obviously answer them and see what they got going on. I think an ad is running. What the heck? Okay. All right. So I see we got That Tone Kid and the Ben Bros. All right, guys. Are y'all still in here? I don't want to respond to you if you're not in here, but okay. Let's see. So That Tone Kid says, hey, I am 12 years old. Cleaning trash cans one time made $400 in 5 hours. I already have a gas pressure washer. Should I get an electric one? If so, which one? If you already have a gas pressure washer, bro, you're probably fine. If you're able to find that it works out super well for you, you're not having trouble managing the fact that you need to bring gas and fill this thing with gas every time. I do zero effort in management to my electric washer. Dude, I'm telling you, I don't even look at it, think about it, touch it. When you have a gas washer, it's a lot deeper than that. Also, you run the risk of damage. So you could not wash the way that I wash, especially if you're cleaning trash cans where you're going to blow a hole in the bottom of a person's bin because it's so strong. Although you can change tips out so you could use something different, I've only known the electric 1900 PSI washer that I use, right? The Ryobi. So I'm just saying that for me personally, it's a lot easier to not have to worry about any gas coming along with me, nothing going wrong with my pressure washer, having to crank it up and it doesn't crank, putting oil in it. I don't know. I've never had a gas washer and having to store it somewhere. That would be a lot of the problem for me. So if you already have one and you're doing fine, and it's not a problem, then don't worry about it. But if you want to, those are the positives. Okay. We got the Ben Bros. I'm 14 and starting my trash can cleaning business. What pressure washer hose do you use? And how do I collect payment from customers and set up a route and schedule cleanings? Okay, so as far as, dude, I don't even know what hose I use. It's a yellow hose, bro. It's 100 feet. I don't know the branding of it. I bought my hose so long ago. I haven't had to buy a new hose since at all. And my pressure hose came with my Ryobi pressure washer, so I'm so sorry. It is a yellow pressure hose, dude. I've made a video on the channel. You might have to look around and try to find it, but I do not know what brand it is. How do I collect payment from customers? I always immediately okay, so this is something you want to figure out inside of the quoting process. So as you're talking to a customer, just be like, hey, listen, like, what form of payment do you prefer? Or if you don't want to leave it up to chance, say, okay, great. Like, I take Venmo, Cash App. And once you let the customer know that's what you need, then great. Like, then you're fine. Like, that they're going to have to pick one of those. And if you just said, like, I usually do Venmo every time. My personal Venmo, great. They're just going to send you the money and you got it. Set up a route. Okay, dude, as far as setting up a route, you need to be aware of what day customers pick up their trash or they get their trash picked up, because you can only go and clean on those days. And you need to predetermine this with each of your customers. So every time you're doing a quoting, let the customer know, hey, listen, I'm going to show up on this day at this time. Now, if you've done this a couple times and they become a recurring person, or you offer it to them, then you can get somebody on a route. This is now one person you have. Then you start talking to their neighbors. You get them to post you on their Facebook or whatever, on some sort of neighborhood-wide thing that everyone is going to see, and you try to start picking up their neighbors, or bring flyers with you saying, hey, listen, I just service your neighbor, whatever. If you want any of my information, if you want me to come out and do your can too, I can. Bam. And now you start setting up people that are next to each other. So whenever you're going and doing jobs, you're hitting house after house after house after house. And just let them know what days. That way, if you come on the same day as your route, bro, you come every Tuesday, bam, 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 bam. I don't know how often you're going to be able to get, but it always depends on the customers. Okay. Scheduling cleanings is as easy as just talking to the customer and letting them know, hey, this is the day I'm coming. Great. I promise you, it's super simple. Let me see. What level? Get Quote IQ. He recommends that. I have it and it helps so much. What level? Just get the basic level, dude. I mean, you can get as high up as you want subscription wise, but just having anybody in a CRM is going to help you. Keeping notes about their house, keeping notes if this person wanted you to clean on the grass the first time or on their concrete. Be very aware of those little things. Did the chemical mess anything up? Did they have a damaged trash can? It just helps you like being able to line stuff up. Also, you can send mass messages to be able to ask these customers, or to be able to ask these customers promotional wise if you have anything like that. Also, you then get the chance to use Quote IQ's Google Earth feature. It's just super easy. It's way easier than me going to Google Earth, but I look up every customer's address as they send it to me. I will not mess if I look up this customer after I send them a quote and they send me their address and I see it's like not like an ugly house, that's not what I mean, but if it's in like a bad area, I will ghost that customer. Doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. If it's not a job I'm comfortable going and doing, I'm not going to do it. So that's super helpful too. All right. Guys, y'all have any other questions? How did you get your first customer for detailing? I'm 14 and can drive. That's awesome. If you can be mobile, wonderful. Dude, become a member of the channel, get my Facebook my Facebook marketing strategy, bro. I have gotten so many leads, made so much money in advertisements, and spent $0. Or join the school community, bro. You're going to get free access to talking to me, free access to talking to all the members in there. Also, every course I've ever offered, bro. I'm telling you, the Facebook strategy is cheating. It's golden. No one is using it, and it's super, super good. Other than that, dude, just go around with flyers. I mean, I got my first customer using the Facebook strategy. But years ago when I was doing like lawn care, I got my first customer by flyers. So if you have a good enough flyer and you can get somebody, bam, go on TikTok or go on some whatever, look it up on YouTube. They have like they have a flyer that looks like a wallet. And you could leave this in front of somebody's house, and if they flip it open, it's actually a pamphlet, and it could be a pamphlet for your business. So, just do something memorable that the person is going to remember. That's how you get somebody. That's how you get a customer. The competition back then wasn't that bad. Nowadays, if you're not getting in front of enough people, you're not going to get any servicing, bro. So I recommend you join it, not to give me money, but like, dude, it's so good. It's unfair. And people are not taking advantage of it because they don't even know it. Anyways, guys. All right. Any last questions? I'm about to end the stream. I'll count down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. How long does it take people to type a question? 4, 3, 2, anything? All right, guys. I appreciate y'all so much for being here. Once again, this is going to be happening free coaching calls on Tuesdays. And on Thursdays, it's going to be member-only coaching calls. So becoming a member of the channel, it's like $10 a month. You're going to get access to these free coaching calls. Yeah, not free. You're going to get access to these coaching calls. A little bit different kind of a format. But this one, I gave y'all a little interaction to chat. And the other one, I will give a lot of interaction. As well as if you want to see clips from these streams, instead of having to watch the full stream, go and check me out on More Matthew Rogers. I'm posting all the clips every single week, as well as just some of my older shorts. So y'all have a great day. I don't know if Quote IQ would sponsor you, bro. Depends how big your channel is. That's tough. Message them on Instagram. Quote IQ CRM. Message them on Instagram and ask them. All right, boys. Peace.